You are going to need a white piece of paper and a pencil to start. Later we will use Sharpies. But the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write your name, your first name, on the back of your artwork, in the middle, nice and big. When you're done, you can go ahead and flip it over. Now notice how I have my paper the tall way, not the long way, but the tall way. It's called portrait. Now make sure you're noticing where I'm drawing these shapes and lines. I'm going to start with two big circles. Now my circles are going to be near the top, but not way up at the top, just kind of near the top. Notice how big my circles are. You are drawing with me. Next I'm going to go from one circle to the next. Notice how my line curves. I'm going to do another line from the bottom of the circle to the other circle. Notice where I'm starting. I'm going to do a longer line that's going to go near the bottom of the page. Not quite, but near. I'm going to go out, in, out. Out, in, out. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Out, in, out. Next, I'm going to draw two more little circles inside the big circles. If you think you know what it is, please keep it to yourself. Now I'm going to draw two more lines, and they are going to meet up at the bottom of these lines. Notice where I'm starting. Notice how they come to a point. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Notice how they come to a point. These next two lines are really going to show what it is. Watch. One side to the other. Notice how they're not at the way end, they're a little bit up. Here's another one. Next at the top, I'm going to add two triangles. Notice how they're going off to the right and then to the left. It is an owl. But we're not done. We need to keep adding details. And add another triangle at the top. Then we want to make sure we don't have a floating or even really a flying owl. We're going to have it sitting on a branch. But first we need to add its claws, its feet. Three little circles here, three little circles there. Then we're going to have it sitting on a branch. So notice where I'm starting. I'm starting all the way over to one side. I'm going to go a little bit, pick up my pencil, go underneath the wing, pick up my pencil, and end on the other side. So it looks like it's sitting on my branch. Next I need to go do an under part of my branch. So you can see the branch is right here. And the last step is to add little details to really make it look like an owl. Now you can make your own creative choices. One that I think I'm going to make is to add curvy lines, wavy lines, to make it look like feathers. Add some texture to my owl. The other thing I might do, maybe add some little lines. And you can make your own creative choices. Maybe I'll add another triangle at the top. Once you're done decorating your owl, you are going to trace over all of your pencil lines with Sharpie. You're not coloring in, all you're doing is going over all the pencil lines. Taking your time. Doing the best that you can. Going over all of your pencil lines. You are going to go over all of your pencil lines till you can't see any more of your pencil lines. Notice how I have Sharpie over everything. The next step is to add color. At your table you're going to get a box of markers, and this is how we're going to add lots of color. You can use as many colors as you want. But I do not want you to use black. Please do not use black, as we already have black on the Sharpie. So I'm going to choose lots of different colors. Now I'm going to do the same thing that I just did. I'm going to trace over my black lines. Now when I'm tracing, I want to make sure I'm using the thick part of my marker. I don't want to make a teeny little line that you can't even see. I'm going to go and make a really nice thick line over that black line. Again, using the whole side of the marker, not just the tip. I'm going to use as many colors as I can. Making nice thick lines, pressing nice and hard. The more color you have, the better. Using lots and lots of color. Using the thick part. Notice how I'm not coloring in. I'm not coloring in, just outlining. You are going to do this until all of your Sharpie lines are covered in color. Again, using as much color as you can. Thick, thick lines. Coloring all of your lines.